Hi guys, Football-ManagerYouthDevelopment.co.uk here. In this episode, it's going to be a little bit more of a special tactics episode, so I'm going to be picking some tactics for Southampton. Basically, recently I made a video, one of my question and answer episodes, where somebody was asking about some tactics for Southampton. Now, what they'd done, they'd made up a couple of tactics for Southampton. And they were just basically asking, what people thought of the tactics and, the best kind of tactics for Southampton. So what I've done, I've put a link to that video in the description for this video. If you are watching this on YouTube, then you can go and have a look at that video. So this is like this kind of next step of that video. So what I'm going to show you guys in this video is how to, a little bit more in depth, how to create a tactic for Southampton just completely from scratch. Now, I'll say this on all of my tactics videos, but the best thing whenever you're making a tactic for a team is to always start from scratch. So, there's no kind of like one tactic that's going to win every game on Football Manager. You have to be creating your own tactic for every single team that you're managing on Football Manager, and that's going to be your best way to ensuring that you're, going to be putting yourself in the best position to win as many games as possible. So, yeah. So what you'll notice, I've got kind of like custom screens that I use when I'm creating my tactics. So it's always good to just see as much information as possible. So yeah, got like position. Obviously, what I do with my tactics videos as well. So I just create them. Literally just load up a game and then create the tactics. We're not like halfway through a season or anything like this. So the most important things you really want to be looking for when you're creating tactics, obviously the ability of your players. If you were picking this for like a kind of match situation, obviously you'd be looking at the condition and match fitness. But for the kind of benefits of this video and just showing you, the type of things that you've got to be thinking about when making a tactic on Football Manager 2015, I'm just not going to be interested at all in the condition or the match fitness. I'm just going to be kind of showing you how to pick a position, how to pick a tactic, and the kind of things to sort of like look out for. So obviously what we've done here, sorted by ability. So what you got to do first of all is just roughly start putting the players in the position that they can play. So don't worry too much at the moment about where people are playing and the best sort of things for them. So you're just kind of like trying to fill up the team here. And obviously in some positions you're going to have a little bit of an overlap. So we can see here that Tadic is a left winger, and you can see here that we've already picked a left winger in Sadio Mane. But yeah, we know that Tadic can play right midfield as well. So I'm going to probably leave him out for the minute and just have a look at Shane Long. So yeah, we can use Shane Long as a winger as well. And yeah, I absolutely love Shane Long, really. He's a really, really good player, obviously with his high work rate and things like that. Maybe he's not kind of too good as a winger. His crossing's not exactly brilliant, neither is his passing, but he makes up for it in his kind of like physical and sort of like mental. The way he goes about the game is really, really good. So I'm going to just put him in for the minute. Obviously, I may decide to change this as we go on. So yeah, Foster or Arthur Boric, there's really not a lot in between these two. Obviously, Foster's the younger of the two. So yeah, creating a Southampton tactic, it really doesn't matter who you put in at all for this kind of tactic. So yeah, we've got James Ward-Prowse as well. I'll put him just in the centre. And yeah, we've got Ryan Bertrand as well. And yeah, it looks like we just need a centre back now. So obviously they got Jack Cork, who looks to be the best at playing in the sort of defensive midfielder position as well. So yeah, they've got quite a few sort of defenders here. They're all roughly about the same ability. So I'm just going to kind of quickly have a look at these guys. So what I'll be looking for here is, the key attributes for a central defender. So yeah, I'm looking at height, I'm looking at heading, jumping reach, strength, tackling, things like this, concentration and composure. So that guy looks quite good. Yoshida, 6'2", not really got a lot of pace or strength either. So maybe I won't put him in for now. Just gonna have a look at Jose Fonte. Obviously, I think he's a captain for Southampton in real life. So to be honest, I think the first defender is probably the one that I'd go for out of all of them. kind of guys, just having a look at kind of his attributes. So yeah, his composure is 12, and if I have a look at Jose Fonte, sorry, yeah, there's really not a lot in between. Maybe I'll just go for Fonte, but as you can see there, a lot of these guys you can probably just mix and match anyway. So yeah, looking at the Southampton squad, they've not exactly got like a big kind of squad really. They seem to have quite a few sort of like youngsters in the squad, as you would expect for Southampton. So what I might do is just open it up to the under 21s as well, just sort of see if any are kind of in there. So a couple of guys, or their better players, are actually out on loan at the moment. So yeah, Osvaldo's out on loan. Jay Rodriguez is in the reserves at the moment, but yeah, you can see he's out with a knee injury at the moment. And that's about it really. So yeah, it looks like most of the players, that we can pick from are actually in the first team at the moment. So with that having been done, so what I've gone through there is just kind of put all the players in like rough positions. As I said, don't kind of think or put too much into it when you're kind of creating this. You're really just having a look at creating just the best formation for this team. So what's a good thing to do now? You just got to go through and just kind of put the players in the best kind of role and position that they're going to be suited for. So Ryan Bertrand, his best position is as a limited fullback. So yeah, I think that kind of quite suits him. He does have really, really good stamina, good work rate, good tackling. His crossing's not too bad as well, but so yeah, anticipation's probably the only thing that lets Ryan Bertrand down. So maybe he wouldn't be kind of too good at recognising when things are going to be happening in a game. So I'll leave him as a fullback for now, because that's one of his other positions. I'm kind of half tempted to maybe put him as a complete wing back, but I think Nathaniel Klein, so he's good as a fullback as well. So I think that would probably suit Southampton quite well, just having both these guys in fullback sort of position, and then the support duty. So I'm going to change both of them to that. As I said, when I do create these tactics, I kind of think of loads of other things as well, so I may end up changing that again in a little while. So yeah, we've got this guy Toby as well. Sorry, I won't pronounce that last name, it's a little bit too long. Ball playing defender, and as you can see here, so he's got passing of 15, quite good composure, things like that. So I think Toby probably would be good as a ball playing defender on the defend duty, and Jose Fonte, I'm just going to have him kind of just as the muscle, if you like. So limited defender, I'm going to have him on the stopper duty, but basically his job is just going to be to use his strength, use his work rate, things like that, just to kind of like win the ball back. He's got the kind of, his positioning is quite good as well, which is really good. So he's likely to be in really, really good positions, on the field as well, which is going to obviously help us, when we're looking at this in a little bit more detail. So we've got Victor Wanyama, who is absolutely perfect as a ball winner midfielder. If I show you his attributes just for that, that position. So let's have a look. So he's absolutely perfect for that. Great stamina, work rate, strength 20, bravery, aggression, tackling. There's absolutely no other position I want him to be playing. So ball winner midfielder. And I'll leave it on support for now. I'm just going to kind of see how the rest of the other guys kind of shape up. We've got Morgan Schneiderlin as well as another ball winner midfielder. However, Schneiderlin has, his other best role is a box-to-box midfielder. Now, he's got fantastic stamina, really, really good work rate. He can tackle, he can pass, got good anticipation, decisions. He's really got the lot, Schneiderlin. So I think having Schneiderlin as a box-to-box midfielder would be really, really good for him, just on the support duty. Now, let's have a look at James Ward-Prowse now. So this is exactly what I was looking for in James Ward-Prowse. Now, I know kind of a little bit about James, but I don't know kind of too much. I've not sort of like looked at him on Football Manager or anything like that. So looking at James, I can see that his best kind of role is as an advanced playmaker. Now, when you have a look at his attributes, so I'm looking at his vision, I'm looking at his passing, technique, work rate. Now, he's only a young kid at 19, so his anticipation's only going to improve, as well as his decision making and things like this. But Yeah, he's absolutely perfect for what I want him to be doing here. So I'm going to be putting him as an advanced playmaker, just on the support duty as well. So that kind of midfield trio there of Wanyama, Schneidlin, and Ward-Prowse is absolutely perfect for like a kind of midfield setup, I think. So you got the kind of steel, you got the creativity, and then you got the workhorse as well. So that's absolutely perfect, and yeah, really, really strong, basically, I think. So then we've got Shane Long as well. I did mention that, sorry, just waiting for my computer to catch up there. So, yeah, I mentioned about Shane Long's crossing ability. Just this position here, just sort of see what the description is, just see if it might suit, yeah, Shane Long here. So I'm just waiting for that. So, okay, so space investigator. So his main role is to find pockets of space in which to operate. So essentially a wide poacher. He is difficult for defenders to pick up, as he will often drift from his assigned position looking for any opportunity to exploit. Blah blah blah. So yeah, what I'm going to be looking for in Shane Long, we'll just have a look at his so yeah, just have a look at his off the ball, just see how good that is. Sorry, my computer's going a bit weird here. So yeah, Shane Long's off the ball is 15. He's got really, really good anticipation. His decision making's not great, but yeah, he's got really, really good pace. And yeah, really good dribbling, finishing, things like that. And obviously good work rate, which is what Shane Long's all about, really. So yeah, absolutely perfect in the Ramditer sort of role. So because it is like, maybe it would have been alright to have him as a winger, but his crossing ability is not exactly great. So he's certainly going to be a lot more suited to be playing in that position. So yeah, Shane Long, yeah, he's going to be playing that position for us. Yeah, so that's absolutely fine for Shane Long to be playing in that position. And as well on the left-hand wing, yeah, I had a look at this guy, Mane. Now, his crossing ability is not actually that good, but he does have a lot of pace, really good flair, good technique, good first touch. I'm just going to have a look at some of the other options that we might have in that position. So, obviously, I did have a look earlier at Tadic, so I'm just going to have a look at his crossing ability. And yeah, that's completely made up my mind here. So yeah, crossing ability of 18, pace, acceleration, yeah, brilliant. Well, really good flair, good dribbling, passing, good technique, good vision. So yeah, Tadic is definitely coming in instead of him. So yeah, get them swapped over straight away. Yeah, he's much better, Tadic. As well, another good thing to have a look at here. So his tackling is 4. His positioning is 6. So absolutely pointless having him tackling. So as a winger, I'm just going to have him in the attack sort of thing. I just want him to get the ball and yeah, just kind of like make things happen basically. So you know, kind of earlier in the beginning of this video, I was obviously taking a really good look at Klein and Bertrand, just sort of seeing what you know, kind of roles to give them. And I did obviously mention about putting Ryan Bertrand as a complete wing back, but now that has kind of cemented my thoughts of having him as a fullback, just simply because Tadic is only going to be attacking. So obviously, if you imagine if Bertrand and Klein are bombing up the wing, and then you got Tadic and Long who are also just sort of concentrating on the attacking, you're going to be left really weak at the back, especially down the wing kind of areas. So what is a really good thing to do, depending on what your attacking players are doing, that will kind of almost sort of dictate what you're going to be doing with your fullbacks. So obviously if you know, Tadic was good at sort of tackling and he would sort of like get stuck in things like that, maybe I'd have him as on the support duty, and then Ryan Bertrand maybe as a complete wing back, you know, just kind of going forward and supporting. But yeah, the way this is kind of set up, that's going to be absolutely perfect. So they'll kind of help with defending, and because they're on the support duty, they will help a little bit as well with kind of attacking just when needed. So yeah, the last bit of this kind of jigsaw puzzle is Pele, and I didn't even have to look at him. So yeah, we know he's 6'4", yeah, built like a brick shit house. So yeah, he's got strength of 17, finishing, you know, he's got no work rate, well, lowish work rate, which for a target man I don't really care. yeah, really, really good, like off the ball. Yeah, absolutely perfect target man. So there's no kind of even thinking about that. So yeah, so basically, guys, what you got to do, that's the way to like kind of create your tactics. So now the thing to think about here, I mentioned it before. So when you kind of put everyone in position, you need to be thinking about how you're going to be attacking. The kind of things you got to think about how your team's going to attack, how your team's going to defend, things like that. So what we're going to be looking for here, we know that Bertrand and Klein are going to be kind of bombing forward a little bit. We know we've got a real strong kind of centre of the park here. So Wanyama's not exactly good at passing, but then we've got Ward-Prowse, who's got 15 passing, and Schneiderlin, who's got 15 passing. And we also know that Toby, again, sorry, I won't pronounce that, has got passing of 15 as well. So in terms of like kind of passing it around, so I could quite imagine him passing it to Wanyama, and then Wanyama kind of laying it off real quick to these guys. And then, a player like Ward-Prowse, he's either going to be kind of looking for Tadic long, or Pele up front on his own. And yeah, so that's kind of going to decide what kind of passing method we're going to have. So what we're going to do is retain the possession. And also what we're going to be wanting to do, because Shane Long has got this kind of position where he can kind of float and just do whatever the hell he likes. And obviously we are going to have Klein going forward. We're going to have Bertrand going forward and Tadic. Now with Tadic, we want him to be getting the crosses in. So, and what do you need? To get crosses in, you need space. So again, that's another little thing to think about, and that obviously makes it that we've got to have this pass into space. So yeah, we're keeping the ball. Okay, so basically if you just think of an attacking movement here, so Toby gets the ball, passes it to Wanyama, passes it to Ward-Prowse. He's going to be looking to pass into space. We could quite imagine Long kind of cutting in from this inside. So Ward-Prowse kind of spots Shane Long kind of getting into a really decent position. So he's going to pass it on. Shane Long is going to be using his pace, maybe to get behind the fullbacks. Pele's going to be using his physical presence to, just cause nuisance, basically. So yeah, absolutely perfect, really. So that's how I'd set that up. In terms of mentality, I would go for control. Now, actually, yeah, I'm going to go for attacking with this. For this tactic, sorry. So yeah, it says it aims to exploit space in the final third by employing a fast tempo and direct attacking passing, supported by a defensive mentality aimed at recycling possession. So I think it's quite a good idea here. So although we're going to be kind of like retaining possession, we are passing it in space, and obviously with passing it into space, you're kind of moving the ball around and looking for openings. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go for a higher tempo. Although we're kind of retaining the possession, we're going to be doing it at a really high tempo, and we're going to be passing into space as well. So that kind of goes with the attacking mentality, and I'm going to go just for flexible as well. So it says here that defenders and more defensive midfielders are responsible for both defending and transitional phases, and more attacking midfielders and forwards are responsible for both transition and attack phases. So like I mentioned here, we need all these guys here to be defending, these guys supporting, and these three up top to just be attacking and doing whatever the hell they want. So yeah, flexible is absolutely perfect for that. So that works quite well, I think. So maybe if I just have another look at the team instructions here. So we obviously have Wanyama here, so that basically means I'm going to be closing down more as well. We've got Schneiderlin, who's really, really good at kind of tackling, and obviously he's got that tackling 18, work rate 16, great stamina, so he's more than capable of kind of winning the ball back. I've obviously set Jose Fonte as well. He's got really, really high work rate, and I've set him to be a stopper. So if any attacking, thinking again on the flip side about defending, so I've thought about attacking. So when we're defending, I want Schneiderlin to be defending, Wanyama to trying to win the ball, Jose Fonte to try and kind of stop play straight away. And then we need kind of Toby just sort of like mopping up at the back. So that's pretty much it for this tactic, guys. So you can see here, whenever you create a tactic, best thing to do is just to think about picking your best team that you can. It needs to be kind of like a really fluid kind of tactic, if you like, and also what you need to be thinking about is how you're going to be attacking, how you're going to be defending. And when you're thinking about attacking and defending, like we saw here, that's really going to kind of shape up how you do sort of choose your instructions. Now, it's no good, like we got players like Long, who's got good pass, Tadic, who's got like good passing, things like that. Is, I don't know, just something like play narrow or something random. Like people sometimes would just pick that. We know full well that we've got a crosser in Tadic who's got a crossing of 18. So it'd be absolutely pointless playing narrower when we got someone out wide who's really, really gifted at crossing the ball. So you can see here that things like that just make absolutely no sense. So the things that the instructions you set up just need to kind of make sense for how you want to attack and defend. I'm going to call this the end of the video here, guys. You can probably hear my voice is going a little bit. So I hope you've enjoyed this tactics videos. I do like sort of doing these more in-depth tactics videos, just kind of show you how like the process that I go through for creating these tactics. And feel free to ask any questions if you've got any. Thanks for watching this one anyway, guys.